In this short video, we're going to take a look at how to mirror objects from a arbitrary point in space. That question came to me a couple of times when I was giving training on modeling, and I'm just going to give answer to this question in this video. So if I have what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a box here, and I'm going to modify it just a little bit so we can make the difference between a mirrored version of it and a non-mirrored version. So I'm just going to bevel it like so, and just do an inset here. I'm getting artistic here, but that's how it is. Alright, so now we've got an object and we want to mirror it. So if we want to mirror it with this axis here from the center of the world, that's going to be very easy, because I can grab this object. I can say, well, you know, what's the current position in space? So I can go here and say, well, it's at 5 point. I can copy this value, then I can just mirror this, mirror, and say make a copy on X and OK, and then just paste the X value and just negate it, and it's going to be on the other side of the universe. But that's good for a perfectly aligned at the center of the world object. But if it's not the case, what do you want to do? So let's say that this guy is here somewhere there, and that's going to be the right side of something, and I want to mirror it on the other side of something else. So let's say that we create I don't know, maybe a box here. We're going to make it at the center here, and just move this object on the side of the other one here, like so. So let's say that I want to have this object mirrored exactly at the same distance, like so, on the other side of this object. To do that, very easily, you want to go into the coordinate system here. So before we were using the view coordinate system, so that was easy to reference. But now what we want to do is we want to pick an object in the scene. So I'm going to grab this one here, and that's going to be the center of my transformation. And here, right now, the transformation is set to the pivot center of each object. So if I rotate this object now, it's going to be centered on the pivot. Here, the second option is at the center of the selection. So if I grab this guy, the only one will be selected, it will be there. But if I select the two, that's going to the rotation will be done at the center of the selection. If I select the third one, which is this little dot at the bottom of the smallest rectangle, now what's going to happen is that it's going to use the center of the current coordinate system. Right now it's set to view, but I want to go back to this object here. So right now, this object will turn, actually I'm going to select this guy here, and I want to rotate it from box 02. So you can see that now it's going to rotate around that object. So the idea is that you pick your center of transformation, and then you transform this object based on the pivot point of the transform system, or the coordinate system. So what we're going to do here, instead of doing a rotation or a movement, we're just going to mirror this, and we're going to copy this in the x-axis. And that's how you get to copy an object from a central point, or central point that is in an arbitrary position in space. So when you're modeling a robot, or you're modeling something that has to be perfectly symmetrical but is made of multiple objects, instead of trying to figure out or to approximate the position to be symmetrical, just use this tool, this mirror tool, based on the coordinate system. So let's say that we want to, I'm going to create a cylinder here, like so. And I want that to be mirrored exactly on the other side. I'm going to grab this cylinder. I'm going to still use this coordinate system, make it center to the coordinate system, and just mirror it on the other side, made a copy of it, and here we go, both of them are aligned exactly based on the center of this. So that's how you can use the mirror mode on an arbitrary object in your scene.